everything's working. Okay, hello. Oh my goodness. Here she is. I always think I'm organised and always learn that I'm not. Well, I'm pretty organised, sort of, sometimes. Not really. And I can't quite see my microphone balance thing. Just 1 second. I just want to make sure I can see my naughty little microphone. Okay. Hey Gary, how you going? Hey, got it again. Sorry that I said I'd be here in a few minutes and then I was a bit late, you know, technical things. But I've got some really, really super exciting things to show you this morning. Here they are right here. And also I was trying to just get that final part of the new workshop uploaded and ready to start showing you, but I'm going to talk to you about it, and I'm hoping that I will have that ready for you to actually join probably tomorrow, because this afternoon is going to be too crazy. There's always so many things going on. It's all good. Right, so I'm going to take my face off this like that, and that, and that. Hey Margaret, hey Matty Kitty, Dawn, how you going? Right, let me know where you're tuning in from. So these are 3 gorgeous new LayerCake palettes. I'm super excited about them. Might even turn that one up the right way. Here they are. There's Botticelliesque, Material Girl, and Love Letter. So Botticelli is this amazing artist. He's painted he's a Renaissance artist. He has painted some of the world's most famous paintings. If you're not familiar with him, if I show you his most famous painting, oh, I think this one's got the fold out. This is part of it here. Oh, this book is old and it smells funny and I love it. Here we have, this is Primavera with Venus here in the middle, Flora, Chloris, nasty old wind god, this one here, the 3 Graces, and this is Apollo, who was connected with Venus. There's a little Cupid floating around up here, who was Venus's child. So Venus is also Aphrodite in the ancient Greek. Venus is her Roman name, ancient Roman name. Here's a little close-up of her. And the reason that Botticelli is regarded as one of the masters is because his paintings were quite different to what had come before. He was part of a new interest, a new movement. This was maybe the first nude painted of a woman's figure that wasn't to do with religious aspects, like the expulsion from the Garden of Eden, or something to do with hell and you know, the inferno. They're always the people writhing around or in the nude. Here's a beautiful woman, just beauty for beauty's sake. This is Venus. It's called The Birth of Venus, this painting. It's at the Uffizi. I've actually stood in front of it 3 times in my life. I would like to make it a few more times. And Primavera is there as well. This one, I believe, is in the National Gallery in London. This is another very famous one, Mars and Venus. And this painting in particular is, it's so famous that your eyes might be used to it and you'd be like, yeah, whatever. I know all about this. But there's so much that's going on that has inspired me, knowingly and unknowingly, for my whole artistic life. The hair, gentle breezes, there's an elongation of limbs and neck, soft, gentle faces. Oh, do we have a close-up in this book? Well, I've got a little close-up here. Oh, here we go. Oh, this one's been recoloured, so it looks a little bit bright, I think. The lips are not this bright in the painting. But so much of the work of Botticelli has influenced me my entire life. And one of the reasons that I absolutely adore it, although it is perfection, it's not perfect. And the eyes are a little bit wonky. The pose doesn't, gravity isn't applying. And we know from his other work that he completely understands gravity. Everything's been created like this on purpose. And it's this, the imperfections cause a resonance and make you look twice. Leonardo did the same thing all the time. There's weird things going happening in the Mona Lisa, in all of his paintings, things that make you not quite sure, like, is it moving? Like, it has these little, almost like tricks, whether they're using them artificially and applying them or not, it just is the way that it works out. Anyway, the colours in Botticelli's work, especially in this particular painting, The Birth of Venus, all of these beautiful pastels with a little hint of strength of these brights to form almost like an arch around her. Oh, just absolutely love. So, all of that to say, hey Mona, how you going? This is the new Botticelliesque palette. These are the colours here. I might swatch them out again on this old paper because just for fun. There's a new portrait palette. This is called Material Girl. The colours are named after different fabrics, but the inspiration is Madonna a little bit, I think, yes. But this is a new portrait palette. So this is new colours, this has new colours, and this is Love Letter, which is a portrait palette as well, but it's got more of the blushes, the lips, the eyeline colours in it. All of these gorgeous corally pinks. So a nice little, I like to put the Pinkiosity, the new Pinkiosity in as part of this family as well. So I might just leave him there, her rather. I think Pinkiosity is a her. What do you reckon? Yes, so we've got Botticelliesque, Material Girl, Love Letter. They're on the website now if you wanted to grab them for yourself. But I'm so excited about them because this leads into my next online workshop, which is called Botticelliesque. And it's that exploration of meeting and painting your modern muse. So Botticelli's work was, the Birth of Venus and Primavera, they were painted for the Medici, the most powerful family probably in Italy at the time, probably even more powerful than the Pope in some ways. And so we're talking over 500 years ago. So these paintings were created they were private commissions, they were in the Medici's homes and eventually made their way to the Uffizi Gallery, but were not seen for centuries. So although historians knew of his work, Botticelli wasn't regarded as one of the masters. He really fell out of favour during his lifetime because he sort of came under the spell of a monk who came to power, who ended up getting burnt up the cross himself. But he organised the bonfire of the vanities, and it is thought that Botticelli, even burnt some of his own beautiful artwork. We don't know what he burnt, probably a few Venuses, because anything regarded as not super ultra religious was regarded as a vanity, and cosmetics, luxurious clothing, fabrics, paintings, books, incredible treasures were all burned in this bonfire of the vanities. And atrocious. And Botticelli himself never really recovered after that. And his work just changed. So he became very out of favour until the Pre-Raphaelites discovered him. And this is my version of one of the famous Pre-Raphaelite. That's a movement of Victorian artists who just wanted to paint for beauty's sake. So after Botticelli came a very famous artist called Raphael, who was a perfectionist, and Michelangelo, Leonardo, all of these, they were perfection personified. Whereas Botticelli wasn't. He had a different feeling, and that inspired the Pre-Raphaelites no end. He was their great love. And I love those paintings as well. So even even when I'm not adoring Botticelli's work specifically, I'm channeling it and adoring it through other artists who adore it. So, and if you like my artwork, then you like Botticelli too. You just never know. And this little Venus here and here, there's something special that's coming up a little bit later as well. So just put a pin in that. But if you would like to do the workshop with me, grab the Botticelliesque and the new palettes if you really want the full experience, because that's what I will be using a lot of, because the colours are perfect. So I'm just going to swatch them out here, but maybe I won't do a swatch like this. Maybe I'll do, let's paint, why not? And this book that I've got here is an amazing journal from the time period, oh, is it Pre-Raphaelites? Oh, what years are we talking? What? So this is an old book that I found in Paris years ago, 1861. Oh, yes. Might be a little bit earlier, but let's just pretend, okay? So the Univers Illustrated, Le Univers Illustré, who knows if I'm pronouncing that right, it was a like a magazine, a newsletter put out regularly, and this is like an album that collects them all together at the end of the year. So, oh, we're going to use a brand new one. Okay. Yes, Julie, these colours, wait till you see. Oh, and Anna's here from the UK. Well, you've got some Botticellis in the UK, you lucky duck. Oh, sure. Oh, I might not be able to compare her directly today to Countenance and Puppy Circus. There are other skin-toned palettes that we've had before. This is sort of like a combo between those two, but has new colours in it as well. This is a fabulous new colour, this beautiful light, super light, that you can use as a highlight or as a really, really light skin tone. So you can see how light that is, but it's a beautiful highlight, a little bit softer than going in for full-blown or white highlight. So I might paint on this paper. So this paper, did I say 1830? Surely not. 1861. So 90, that's 100 years. What's, so 40, 56, woohoo, 160 years old. Is that right? My goodness, that's how old this paper is. Sometimes people panic when I paint on, oh, that's a very modern little illustration. I quite like this journal because it's got engravings of big events that were happening. Yeah, things that, oh, look at her, I love her. Oh, he's Jesus, trying to get everyone to calm down, I think. Oh, we've got some brutal ones. We've got these ones crying. I'm just having a look through at my oldie daisy paper. So you don't always have to prepare old paper to create on it. Oh, crustaceans and Jesus on the same page. That's a bit of an unusual mix. So although Botticelli was a deeply religious person himself, that didn't mean that he didn't mind exploring. Oh, I love this little illustration, her face. I might paint this. Yeah, just because we've already got a little bit of a loose illustration happening there, and I'm an intuitive artist, and I just like to create. Now, this is full-blown newspaper print. It'd be the cheapest paper that was available at the time. That's what it feels like. And it's going to do this. It's going to absorb, because I haven't done any preparation to this at all. What you can do is put watercolour gesso, would be ideal, or some of my gorgeous joyful gesso. Any gesso will do the trick. And what that does is create a barrier. And one of the joyful gessos is the milky white. Oh, I haven't got I haven't got any of it next to me. But it's a mixture of opaque white and the collage medium, which is a matte medium. It's acrylic paint without any colour in it. And that is what this is in the background, a mixture of these two things, so that we can still see whatever we're painting over the top of. I've got clear matte medium here because I just wanted to keep her there, but it protects the paper then as you're layering things, because we're going to make paper mache if we're not careful. Even if we're careful, we could still make paper mache. So I really have to control my water a little bit here. If you've got countenance, that's got the brilliant white in it. This I've created as a great little addition to that. So if you've got this puppy circus and countenance, you're set for beautiful creations. Oh, the other thing I need to let you know about is we're coming down into very low stock of these. And I do know that there's still some of that milky white because I hoarded a whole bunch in the joyful gesso. And it's all been reduced too. So if you're going to get these, maybe add in one of those little milky white gessos, joyful gessos, because they're great for this kind of thing. It's specific what it's made for. But these little LayerCake, I might leave this one open too, palettes down into very low stock. Look at this beautiful colour. So the colours that I've been using, this is muslin, this is silk, habitai, which is like a Japanese silk, linen, voile, and batiste, which is this beautiful warm colour. So the more I activate this, I get it creamier, so it's not as watery, the better it will be on something at such a delicate background. So when I went to the National Gallery in London to see the Pre-Raphaelite paintings and paintings from that era, my favourite, the Lady of Charlotte, which always sounds like onions, he had just come back from a tour, and this lovely gardener, she was being unpacked, and I got a little bit emotional, as I do, at the beautiful paintings. I just feel that connection between me and being an artist just through time, over time, and I find it a little bit amazingly overwhelming in the best way. And so I'm there with tears, a few little tears plopping down my face, and this lovely guard, older gentleman, came over and he said, yes, I'm so glad to see her. And he had a little few tears as well, and we both were being babies together. He had missed her. He said, you're so lucky. She's being unpacked now. He let me come in a little bit closer, not touch it or anything, roll around on it. But yes, it was very, very kind. And the people had gone off to lunch, you see. and I was able to have a really good, because it was literally coming out of the box, and I'd gone there to see that. So it's wonderful when these big paintings go on tour in the country that you're in, because you do get to see, you know, something a bit amazing. Otherwise you'd have to travel to a different hemisphere in some cases to see. And so the birth of Venus actually has been out of Italy twice. She went to Japan in 2021, I think, or 2020. And she's been to America. In between the two world wars, she went to America, I think it was in 1940. She was on display there, set box office records, and Greta Garbo had a private viewing of the birth of Venus. And she was, curtains would draw across so you could view her in her glory, which, oh my gosh, I don't think she'll ever leave. Oh, mind you, I was surprised to hear that she'd gone to Japan, to be honest. Imagine the security and the conditions and the special efforts that would have to be made. Just mixing colours on my brush here. That colour, I'm not even up to the Botticellis yet. And let's get a little bit of real full-blown life in here. This is a really nice muted-y lip cut. Look at that. Look at that. She looks very grumpy at the moment. So these sketches are in here as part of an online class I did. It is living in one of my workshops. I can't remember which one. And I forgot what my point was. Oh, this was like initial sketch, like a 30-second sketch, a 1-minute sketch, and then we were building up into working on something more detailed where we take our time, as much time as we want, and how those, working on those initial little quick sketches, how that really just warms you up and tunes your eyes in. Because that's what we do in life drawing. Start off with very short sketches and then you build up into some more and more detailed things. So I went to life drawing the other night. 5 models, all move, like changing positions and all different body shapes. We had one really slender guy, a full-figured lady, a lady who just had a baby, and a younger, tall, slim, the usual body type that we have in life drawing, young, slim, beautiful girl or lady. Yeah, it was just so cool. It was exciting. It was hard, but it was exciting. Look at this beautiful chocolatey brown. Okay, now I'll let that soften off eventually. Isn't this green perfect for green eyes? Perfect. And this gorgeous muted lavender. So the colours in Botticelliesque, these are all to do with his paintings, that important factors in Botticelli's work. I have to say Botticelli. It's not, I keep saying Botticelli. It's Botticelli. Okay, and this is Botticelliesque. We're not trying to channel Botticelli. We're just channeling the same muses. So we have veneer, we have adoration. I don't know how to, adoration, as in adoration of the Magi, which is a very common subject for all of these famous masters to have painted. They would all have an adoration of the Magi. It's a religious piece, but he did a very beautiful one. Mystica, Medici, very important benefactor for a lot of the Italian Renaissance artists. Primavera and the pomegranate. Perfect name for that colour. Oh, so I've got the lilac on here. We need to just... Oh, I might get a bit of this pink. And LayerCake, if you've never used LayerCake, it's, well, Botticelli painted in tempera, which is the pigment mixed with egg, and it forms a very hard, in plaster, very long lasting, but it's very hard to work in because there's a lot of mixing and blah blah blah. He did paint with oils a little bit, but they weren't really his bag. That was sort of the next generation of Renaissance artists, even though Leonardo da Vinci was only, I think, 6 years younger than Botticelli. But he was painting for so long. He seems like he was around for 1 trillion years and never fell out of favour, I don't think. So this looks like it's going to be a deep brown. It's not. This is that pomegranate. It's a very, very deep burgundy, whereas this is a brilliant deep magenta. So colours are a little similar, but they're quite different in how they are going to look and behave. Oh, she's a bit Modigliani, really. Let's go in with this crazy hair colour then, so I could show you this. Oh, it's doing weird bobbly boo-boos there. Yeah, so Botticelli's work was completely, not even so much forgotten, just not considered, and then it was rediscovered, adored, and ever since then it's been what's regarded as some of the most famous. What do you think are the most famous paintings in the world? We have to say the Mona Lisa, of course. She's probably the most famous painting. See, then I would say Birth of Venus. You tell me. Yes, Zandra, there's a whole bunch of new things coming. I'm not quite ready to show them all to you yet, but you know what I'm like. I've always got a little trick or two up my sleeve. So this is our other, see how this is pinker? It's just beautiful with it. So the inspiration was the coat in the, and the colours in the flowers and so on in the paintings that I'd showed you. So it makes the pastels appear even softer, but it's still goddess worthy, you know. I'm trying to be very careful and mindful of this beautiful paper. And I had a realisation about light on the face in life drawing the other night, and I can't wait to reveal that in this next workshop. So the next workshop is going to be like Gods and Monsters. It's a major workshop, and yeah, 7 weeks is how long I'll have like live bits and pieces for it in our Facebook group, and you know, all very full featured with all of the different lessons that we've got going on. You will not be doing full, I'm not expecting you to be full time 7 weeks, but I find it, rather than trying to cram everything in quickly, it's sometimes things have got to cook and marinate, and you've got to do your homework a little bit, you know. That's how you get better. I can pretend and say, you know, just throw a whole bunch of stuff and think that it will stick, but I know that it won't. So we do things. Ooh, that's nice. Hey, is that little Poppy down there? What's going on? Where's my Poppy? Oh, he's down there. He's so cute. Oh, it's my stomach grumbling. I thought it was his. See how mixing this green, this petrol-y, tealy green looks when it's mixed with this. I'm going to mix it with veneer, was that? Ooh, yum. I'm getting really nice purples. That's an interesting little background colour. And then I can sort this out because I think that's weird like that. Yes. Yeah, so Missy Lulu, yes, Gods and Monsters, very, very school-based. Like all my Beautiful Faces, Over the Rainbow, Wonderland, my big workshops, because I need time to be able to explain these things and to make it fun. So we're learning, but we are having fun and really upskilling as we go. And we're using the muses we're inviting the muses in to be part of our lives, and the modern muses as well. We might, because I'm doing so much life drawing, I'll be bringing a lot of what I'm learning for proportions, for figures, for bodies into our lessons, distilling down. What's taken me years to work out for myself. And I love doing that because it gives me another excuse to learn more. And when you read something, it's different when you apply it yourself. It's in the doing of things, that, especially with art, that's where we learn, well, for me anyway. I just have to drink some water because I can hear my stomach going bananas, and sorry, don't know what's going on. Anyway, I could fluff around with this forever and a day. Her face is very long. I wonder if I need to. Some people have long faces. That's just, you know, why not? Oh, remember how beautiful my palettes looked when they were brand new? Mm-hmm. Yes, well. Oh, it's a nice warm colour. And the thing about LayerCake is it's just so, it does exactly what you think it's going to do. That's what I love about it the most. Unlike watercolour, which, you know, it's always a little bit of a marvellous journey, but it's an adventure, and sometimes we need to be able to boss the paint. We want it to do what we want it to do. and we can combine both things together. But sometimes we want to be the boss, and sometimes it's okay for things to boss us back. Well, that is what we call an underpainting. And all having fun. Hey, Kimball, how you going? All tuning in from Thailand. How beautiful. Giving her just a final little look over before I decide to do something else. Yes, so this is going to be a fun workshop. Like I said, I should have it up. I'll send out a little newsletter and whatnot, let you know. It's going to be rather marvellous. And August the 4th is the kickoff. But it's, you know, unlimited access, we say. See, the neck is very scrawny, so it looks a little bit cartoony. Not languid, we're looking cartoony. Oh dear, I think Poppy's about to kick off. Should we do a little bit of this up here? And then once everything's bone dry, then I could maybe come back in and do a little bit of extra detail. But when the paper is wet like this, it's going to be delicate. So that has been fun. I'm just going to move. Oh, sugars! I just tipped my water everywhere. Smash the camera. Oh, great. Oh, I did very well then. Oh, hello. I just have a flood to clean up just quickly because it's going straight into the electrics. Always fabulous. I managed to clean my water unintentionally. How could there be that much water in a water jar? Come on. That is, I think the water grew somehow. Life. Okay, well, hopefully that's enough to mitigate electrocution. Well, now I can fill my water jar up and I'll have clean water again, so there we go. Oh, sorry about that. Oh my goodness, that was just too much. Now I better just check my camera because I really gave it a bit of a knock. Sorry about this. I think we're sort of okay again, aren't we? Okay. Now let me have a quick look. Oh, Matey Kitty just spilt her tea too. Was it the excitement of seeing the water? Well, you didn't get to see it actually. It all happened off over there. I keep finding dollops of it. What? I think it's expanding, it's magic water. Okay, but I do have, oh, I should just tip the rest out on the table. Okay. Right. Now let's, oh, I'll show you, because we've got this, oh, I just want to make sure everything's dry for my precious big book here. So just warning, there might be a booby or a bum or two, but you know, we do have these things under our clothes. I hope they're not too offensive, but oh, she's quite booby, isn't she? Yeah, so my life drawing shenanigans. Look at her little face. Isn't she cute? We've got Mercury. We've got the modern muses. This is LayerCake in here. And Power Pastels crayons. Oh, I was scratching into this one here because I've got acrylic over the top of crayons, and that's a weird surface for acrylic to be on. You can scratch it off. So that's what I scratched into it with a little stick. Oh, I love her. Oh, I love her. Oh, this was, we had, ignore this one here. I ran out of time and it's not looking very good, but we had our dude and one of the ladies, like we had 3 models posing. It was really cool. It's so complex and I just, makes my brain burst. But it's really, really fun. I think we did her last week, didn't we? Oh, I added her into the permission pig. This lady had such a beautiful, round, chunky bottom. And it was so much fun to draw. Bottoms are so much fun to draw. I always think of this book is full of gods and goddesses. That's how I sort of think of the, oh, look at that lovely little full-figured lady. Look at her little tummy. Oh, she was just a delight to draw. I had a lot of fun just drawing the light in a very, very loose way. So these, I mean, they're life sketches, so it's not perfection in any way. It's not trying to be, but it's a lot of fun. And the reason I'm showing this to you is I discovered that Botticelli loved painting on tinted paper. So he would tint his paper and then use, and then do a lot of sketches because like I've got here, the highlights really stand out. So you might have sketched on craft paper and other things before, but this is just like the next level up. So this, of course, this is bright coloured paper, but I've also got my joyful gesso here as well, and we can use that to create on as well. So I looked through there. When I'm doing these things, I'm looking for my next thing to do if I'm going to do anything else. So I'm waiting for the muse to say hello. We like looking at journals, don't we? And all is fun. And Caruso is here, and I think you need to just forget what that art teacher said, Caruso. You always talk about it. Your mind is stuck on what they said, and just toss it out with the garbage. Don't fixate on it anymore. I've watched Jerry Seinfeld on Instagram last night talking about he's just discovered Stoicism and the words of Marcus Aurelius, who was a Roman emperor. What was he? Or was it philosopher? Whatever he was. Yeah, Marcus Aurelius. I'll have to look it up. I can't remember. I just know he's Roman. And his sort of Stoicism is, I suppose it is, things is what they is, and you move on. He was saying every critique or critic that you've had, it's fleeting. It's come and it's gone, and you just need to focus on getting better and better at what it is that you do. And just keep moving forward, loving your life, because otherwise it's just giving too much power to other people that don't deserve it. And you deserve to be happy, and you deserve to be loving your artwork. At least enjoy doing it. Walking away or walking towards, both are movement. Yes. Oh, look at the sheen. Woohoo! That might be star power. Oh no, it might be, I don't know. I can't remember. This is artwork and projects from another one of my workshops, actually, from Whimsical and Wild, which is animals and people. Whimsical people. Oh, look at the little hedgehogs. Oh, they're so cute. Always with the goddesses. Oh, the mistress of the whole lexical imaginary world. I like my lettering there. Oh, koalas, foxies. Oh, my little tinsel. It's a little silhouette technique. So this is all work from a different workshop. That is definitely a quote from Real Housewives. You can't be nasty and needy. It sounds like something Nene Leakes would say, I think. You are speaking with astonishing carelessness. I don't know who said that, but that could be too. It's a lot of wisdom to be gathered from favour flows where honour goes. Oh. Oh, I love it. Oh. Gorgeous. This is one of my fluorescent neons mixed with acrylic and then used as a paint. I must do that tomorrow because that is gorgeous. A little bit of, oh, I went to a talk about Frida Kahlo the other night, and Frida and Diego, and I feel like I know a lot about her. She's one of my favourite people. Her art, I'm more of the Botticelli type of liking of the art. Her art is just very tortured. It's not uplifting, and I do like an uplift from art. But her as a person, I can't get enough. And the talk was about her and Diego. It was so funny. The lady wouldn't say her sister's name. She remained nameless. And I was like, yes, exactly. How dare she? Oh, I've got a few little, I love this journal. All wisdom comes from memory. Oh, so made lots of them. That's cute. Wishful thinking or wishful thinking. Oh, Jane, that's very deep, is it? Not really. Oh, I like her little face. Living without the need for approval. That was a little quote there. Okay, well, that was just a little walk through this and that. Oh, and this is a new journal. Oh, this is going to be I'm working in a few journals for Botticelliesque, but this is one of them. This is the new Botticelli colours in my Jane journal. This is the new Pinkiosity. So did I say my watercolour journal? That's what I meant. See the metallic pink? Oh, gorgeous. Here is the lips, the love letter, lips and cheeks palette. And here are the little faces in the new Material Girl palette. That's this one. This one. How cute's the little lady on there? Well, it's Venus, so you know. She's pretty cute. And Pinkiosity with its new orchid. Well, this is Pinkiosity show with its new little orchid. So then that rounds out with the Cosmos, which has got the wrong lid. It's usually got stars, but it's Lagunatic with its mermaid. Frida with her little version of Frida on it, and golf pants, the new little golf pants, and Pot of Gold. Oh yes, here we go. Pot of Gold's got one of the special lids as well. Fun, right? Gorgeous. Right. I might do a little bit more on this, turn them into faces. Otherwise they're just eyeless creatures and they could come and attack us in the night. For not having any eyeballs. So she's looking that way, she's looking that way, she's looking that way. I might do her looking down. I might do her looking up, rolling her eyes like, ugh. And this girl is going to be looking just semi over that way, not quite all the way, just. So I've got a little bit of light on here on their cheekbones. I love doing this. Shall we give them some eye colours? I haven't got that many here. I've got a bit of green, so I'll do her every second one. And she's going to be looking down anyway. And these girls can have brown eyes or gold eyes. Oh no, I wanted her looking straight at us. Okay, so I'll just bring that down a little bit more. Otherwise, she'd be rolling her eyes too much. Okay. Debbie says, I think my style might be for people who... Is that because you're an expert at rolling your eyes, Debbie? What are you saying? No. How could that be true? Okay, now, I've already... Oh, there's going to be barking. I apologise because I think the electrician just arrived. But maybe because Poppy's here on his own, it won't be too bad. Look at this lip colour. Oh, that is nice. I wonder if I can zoom in. Gus? Gus? Can you help me? Sorry, I just removed the dog that was absolutely about. They ran out onto the road yesterday. I thought, oh, my heart was going to stop. I was running pretty fast. Yes, there was just a mix-up as people were leaving. The gate was open and Zozzy and Poppy went running out. They stopped, but then when they saw me coming along, they thought, right, we're off. And they're so small. If they're on the road, the people wouldn't even see them. You know, they're so tiny. And, oh my gosh, oh, I hated it. I woke up in the middle of the night last night, like in a sweat, like having a bit of a nightmare about it. But everything was fine, so I just need to calm down. So this, look how different the lip colour is on the different skin tones, even though I might use the same colour on all of them just because I love it. So it will look super dark on here and it will look quite natural on here. You know, that will look like she's got, mind you, she's pink, so. Like she's got quite full on lipstick on here. And the colour is falling out a little bit there. Okay, oh, yum. And let's add a little bit of this as a beautiful colour for the waterline. This is this lovely soft coral. So just give some definition to the eyes if you add in that waterline colour. If you go too ham with it, that can make the eyes look a bit tired because it makes them look red, you know, inflamed. Oh, talking about the thing yesterday has made my hands go a bit shaky. Isn't that funny? The drama. Oh, and I got my new little printer yesterday too. So excited about it. So excited. So that is this colour here. And I've got a pencil on here. And this is why I just love LayerCake so much, because the way it layers on itself like this, it's so, it can be so delicate. I'm using a very fine brush here because these are so small. It's from the On Point sets, around two. I think there's one that's even smaller. I should know, but I forget. So on the lighter faces, this colour is going to be, give me some contrast, give me some depth. And on the darker face, it's going to help with a little bit of contouring, not a highlight exactly, but a little bit of contouring, like down the side of the nose where it's a little bit of a shadow. I want to get a little bit of difference in here. And then I can come in with a bit more of this in a thicker application, get it. This is the same colour in the background, and here that I'm adding these little details in, but I've just activated it a bit more. This is a bit more watery. So I usually start with things more in a watercolour state and then, you know, let them build up. So you've got somewhere to move to. Give her some little nostrils with my fine brush. Might bring that down a little bit. Add some depth. I suppose we could give them hair, but what is going on? My hand still feels a bit shaky. So I'll just so that's not so bad, that as a defining colour, but I don't like that line like that, so I'm going to fuzz that in a bit more with a bit more water, and this I really don't like. But I'll just add a bit more of this pink here too. This is the same pink and pink. This is from the Material Girl. So I'll have the other Countenance and Puppy Circus next time so I can compare them, but you can also compare them on the website. They're just, you can use them all together, or this would be enough if it was your first foray into it. Oh, Debbie, do you think wine would work for a shaky hand? It's a bit early, darling. Oh, look, I'll do a lemon drop though, because I've been listening to Atiz, the Korean boy pop band. Sorry, idols, they're not boy pop. Man pop. And They sing a song, there's a song called Lemon Drop. It's so good. Oh, so good. I nearly started singing it then, which we don't want. The eyebrows are all a bit similar. I could make them all a bit different. But what's my goal here? I don't know. But I've got that metallic in here. I suppose my goal is to just show you the beautiful colours and just have some fun. I'm so proud of myself getting the workshop all set up. I'm so close to it being ready to rock and roll, but it will be. I might get it up today. I'm not in a massive rush, but yes, you're going to want to join me and have some fun, because unlike in a live stream where I'm just sort of creating, in my workshops I'm explaining how, why all the time. So it's a different, they're instructional, you know. Whereas this is me having some fun with you, really. She's weird, but I like her too. I don't usually paint with a brush this little. Maybe my hand's always shaky, I just don't notice it because I'm not painting with such a little brush. Fun anyway. I'll give her a little tiny bit of Pinkalina in her cheekiosities. How about that? And did you know, so with Botticelli, I found out, because the eyes on his paintings are not aligned here. I've put the book away. They're not perfectly aligned, but that makes them more beautiful. It's so fascinating. And that's actually a term used for some people. If people's eyes don't align exactly, it's sometimes called a Venus squint. After the Botticelli, the Venus is not having their eyes aligned properly, and yet it's regarded as the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful depictions of a person ever. Isn't that cool? The Venus squint. Okay, no, I want this one. I'm just so into this colour. Oh, so that's actually this guy. That's that one. That's this one here. It's just this beautiful, it's still a coral, it's still a red, but it's just got that little bit of something, something. I love developing these palettes. That's why I'm always doing new ones, because, well, we need all the colours, don't we? Oh, I think she could have a bit more colour in her face. Okay, my friends, now let me just have, let me see if I can, oh, I can reappear. Okay. Yes, so the upcoming class, we've got all sorts of, as with all of them, I haven't filmed everything yet. I film things as I'm creating the workshop, and then once they're created, they're there forever. So we will be doing a little bit of looking at Botticelli's work and copying it, you know, being closely inspired. But it's not like Gods and Monsters where we really concentrated on references. It'd be more, we will be doing our interpretation. So it's not recreating Botticelli, which would be impossible. It's inviting the same muses, and these are muses that visited, I think, many artists, and we will invite them to join us to create mainly faces, a little bit of body drawing, the 3/4 body where we'll do a little bit of hands too, but not the emphasis on that because I don't want you to panic. But lots and lots of LayerCake and watercolor, because these things really suit the softness. How Botticelli managed to paint such soft skin tones in egg tempera, I don't know, without oil paint. That's and it's not unlike, because you have to work in layers, it's not unlike LayerCake. LayerCake is just a really modern upgrade or equivalent to it, because it works in layers as well, hence the name LayerCake. So we will be working in that. That's why those particular palettes would be really good to have. And if you wanted to get them now, you'll have them for the workshop. You've got plenty of time. There will be other surprises coming as I've been very, very, very busy on lots of different things, but especially in relations to this workshop, because I'm so excited about it, because Botticelli is, the more and more that I investigate, it's like when I first discovered the Eurythmics when I was a kid or a teenager. I had all of these favourite songs, and it was before I was really into music. I was into horses and other stuff, and discovered all my favourite songs were all by the same band. It was just like, oh my gosh, how did I not know that for a start? But also Annie Lennox, she changed her personal style so much. I just thought it was a different person, different amazing person singing all these amazing songs. And it's that same feeling I've been having. I know that I love Botticelli. I've gone on pilgrimage to see his paintings in the Louvre, in the Uffizi and in London. But I keep on thinking they're in the Tate, but they're not. They're in the National Gallery, I think. Oh, are they? Whatever. They're somewhere. So I know that he is, if you ask me who's my favourite artist, I've always said that. Or my favourite paintings. My favourite artist is Frida. My favourite paintings are Botticelli. We don't know that much about Botticelli as a person. We know that he drew the same face, that same beautiful Venus face was allegedly one person, Simonetta. But we'll talk about that in the workshop. But he redrew, as did many of the masters, redrew the same inspirations over and over. That's why I talk about the muse. The muse, we're inviting that muse in. And I love that idea of having something, an ideal, an aesthetic in your mind that you can come back to, because it is a sense of comfort when you're creating. You don't have to recreate the whole universe every time you create. Sometimes we feel like there's pressure. It doesn't have to have massive meaning every time you create or you make art. You can just enjoy it. You can just love it. And this was the whole fourth of the Pre-Raphaelite movement, is also some of my favourite paintings, because they're just so beautiful. You can create something that you feel is beautiful just for its own sake. It doesn't have to have any other, can have whatever meaning, doesn't have to have meaning. And I love that art can just be beautiful. I can feel uplifted and create it just for the sake of creating it. I don't have to have angst or anything to work out in the art or to make it a political statement or anything like that. It can just be because I want to do it and it's beautiful. So that is what I appreciate. And when I go into galleries, I want to see the artist enjoying themselves because I enjoy myself when and that I'm not poo-pooing people that don't enjoy their art, don't enjoy themselves and are working something out in their art. But the art that I love personally looking at for me is where I'm not being made fun of. I'm not being diminished as the audience. I'm there to watch the artist feeling uplifted and enjoying their art because that's how I feel about art and why I think it's so important. I remember going to a Matisse exhibition in London at the Modern Tate, and Matisse is, I know who he is, la la la, I think it's very beautiful, but I've never really thought about it very much. I went to that exhibition and I could see someone who just loved what they do. And that's what I would appreciate. Even Picasso, whose art, again, but I can see that he enjoyed creating it. Sometimes I feel in his art where I can see where he was dialing it in, like when I was in Japan and they had these big plates and I was like, But that's just me, you know? And I love seeing that there's effort and the love of drawing put into something. And Botticelli was a drawer, a master draftsman. The drawings are just beautiful. And I love drawing. That's what my journey with Thumbelina, with my hand, taught me. Such a precious lesson, frustrating lesson. I don't need the lesson again. Thank you, universe or muses or whoever sends these lessons. Overworking in the garden or whatever it was. I know that drawing for me is just so important. And I resonate with art that's where I can see the artist loves drawing too. Because you can feel that connection. So you're probably here because you love drawing, because I love drawing. Yes. Oh, so Elizabeth's saying, I guess I had to say for my Christmas. Well, the good thing about LayerCakes is, especially if you're in the US, they're not an expensive supply. I try and make things so they're not ludicrously expensive. But the price reflects the amount of pigment and fabulousness that's in things. I try to keep the packaging not too crazy because you can really go to town creating amazing packaging and it just adds cost and no real added benefit other than like an ego kind of thing. But sometimes things are so cute, you just really want to do it. But adding like the artwork to these just makes them cuter. It also helps you pick out the palette. Does it need my drawings on it? Probably not. But they're on there, so what are you going to do? Oh my gosh. Yes, there's heaps. Rainy's saying YouTube's a great resource for hearing the backstories of different paintings. Absolutely. So I've just been eating up, munching on all of the fabulous documentaries, professional, just people like me, just talking about Botticelli, but all the Renaissance artists. I love Da Vinci and appreciate him. Oh, what's not to love? Yeah. all of these beautiful, amazing artists that created all of these. Oh, I saw a great little doco about Holbein. And what an artist. Holy dooly. Oh, just the dexterity of his hands. Incredible. Incredible. So I love, there are just so many amazing artists. Oh, anyway. Yes, so the more you hearing about the little backstory, so there'll be a lot of that in the workshop as well. It's not a history lesson so much, but some of it's really fascinating, especially the story of Simonetta, just the story of the Italian Renaissance at that time and the Medici. I remember reading a book about Medici as I was going to Florence for the first time, and it was just, I'd be walking around with my nose in the book looking for the places that were in my book, and they're still there. It's so amazing. And of course, I'm pretty sure nowadays there's probably a tour I could go on and would have it all laid out for me. But it was fun, you know, as a student, just working things out for myself, and it just adds extra layers and helps you remember things, and it just, rather than it just being, wow, that's amazing, and then going on with your life, wow, that's amazing, and then it enters your life in a different way and influences you, inspires you. So that's how I feel about, especially about Botticelli's artwork, is it, the colours, the dreaminess, that love of Greek mythology, the imperfection, the whimsicality that is in his work. I don't know, it's just really, it resonates with me in a very powerful way that makes me want to be a better and better artist. And the way to become a better artist is to just have to do more art. That's the end of it. Especially, like, well, with drawing, especially. If you want to become a better drawer, do more drawing. Eventually you'll get to the point where it's not, you realise it's not actually the perfection of the drawing, of it being perfect. It's the freedom that you feel in being able to recreate what you feel about what you're looking at. And then it's riddled with imperfection, and then living with that and enjoying it. Oh, it's a good feeling. Okay, my lovely friends. Oh, how do I scroll back? Oh, that's what else I found, is you can actually go to the Uffizi website, which is the big gallery in Florence where the Botticellis are, and you can buy, everything's made in Italy, little statuette of Venus, all these different things, and oh, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm just going to scroll these little comments. There was something on there that I thought, oh, I've got to have that. Oh, there were erasers and pencils, all sorts of things. Oh, Carissa has a big question there. What can I do when I feel like I have no talent? Draw anyway. Draw anyway. What's talent? Talent is not, I mean, we say some people are talented. That takes away from the amount of practice and work that they've done on something. If you see a runner winning, it's not like, well, they're so talented. They've trained their booties off or on. So it's not talent, it's the training, it's the amount of effort and showing up, even when you do feel like you have no talent, and just keeping on going. And this is why I talk about my draw happy process, is because if you down on yourself, it's very hard to turn up and do art and muddle along and make mistakes and learn from them and keep going. So just, if you feel like you have no talent, you're just maybe not putting in enough time, not allowing enough time to practice. So you just have to keep practicing. And if you love drawing, because you're not being down on yourself in your mind, allowing yourself to be a beginner and allowing yourself to play and have fun, then you'll just keep putting in that extra time. And then eventually someone will say, wow, you're so talented. Yeah, thank you. You know, if someone's a pianist, they didn't just pop out of the womb, they put in probably an inordinate, extraordinary amount of practice. And I suppose what takes you over the edge is you love it. You love it. So training is just feels good. So art, just remember that it's called an art practice, and an artist has an art practice and refers to their art practice their whole life. You never stop. Doesn't matter how good you get. And it's artwork. Work. It is what it is. It's just, that is what it is. It's an art practice because you're doing that forever and you love it. And it's artwork. So when I go along to life drawing, it's full of artists, and not one of them would think, oh, look at me, I'm so talented. Everyone's working and practicing, me included. And because you love it, you're doing it because you love it, you're passionate about it, even if it's challenging, downright difficult. I mean, I got a headache at life drawing the other night. You just keep doing it, or go and have a cup of tea, go and have a little break, and then come back to it. It's not to say you're going to be frustrated sitting there smiling and singing the whole time. Artwork, joy, destroy. And you just know that when you hit those boundaries, you're approaching new territory, and all the resistance is, you just need to get your little machete out, which is your pencil or brush, whatever, and just get through the jungle, and then you will get to the beautiful vista or the city of gold or whatever it was that you were in the jungle for. If it was me in the jungle, it would be trying to look for gorillas. That's the only reason I would go in a jungle, I think. Okay. Karina says, delicious new colours. I agree, darling. Yes, growth mindset, Lauren. Always. Because without growth, then you don't flourish, you don't bloom. And growth can be slow, but, you know. Yes, you have to have, Bryony says, you've got to have the passion to persevere in the practice. Oh, I like all the P's, yes. Yes, Debbie, the diversity in the life drawing. And it was even more amazing the other night. It was so fun. Yes, Kerry's saying, just doing more, it just brings that joy back. And yes, of course you get better. Absolutely. And your art's gorgeous, Kerry, so. Yeah. There's no such thing as perfection. Drives us, that search for perfection, but to say you have to avoid, I think, just for me, maybe I'll just say this for me, perfectionitis is a different thing. That's where you can't be happy unless XYZ. I'd be happy if I was better, I could draw perfect hands, just if just then I would be happy. No. Be happy, find the joy, and that doesn't mean just passionate, joyful about your art, and then the things will flow from that. I forgot what I was talking about in the middle of that. Oh man, I think I was heading to a good point. I think it is always the same point. Artwork, art practice, but because you love drawing or painting or collaging or whatever it is, creating, putting in the practice, well, it's like the best news you've ever had, because you're just going to do more of what it is that you love anyway. And then you'll get better. You will enjoy it even more. You go through stages where you do be like, oh my goodness. Because there's a wonderful talk by Ira Glass, you can look it up on YouTube, and he's talking about how your taste is always constantly evolving, especially when we've got Instagram and YouTube and all of these things where you can see art all the time from everyone, like, and tons of it in your eyes. Your taste improves, and then there's that lag of your skills having to improve, and the only way for that to happen is to do more art. So when I say go and do more art, please, I shouldn't say please, I should just say go and do more art, full stop, exclamation. And I'm talking to myself too. So yes, there are stamps and stencils coming soon, and super excited about them. Not quite ready to show you them yet, but if you want to join in the fun of the Botticelliesque workshop, which is exactly what we're talking about, you'll get heaps of practice and art and all of my skills as a teacher or an artist who teaches. And because I'm not a teacher, like capital T teacher, where you go and do a degree and you're very skilled. I am an artist who teaches, and I've got I think, a particular way of being able to cut off all the lows and make it super fun to try new things. And I'm very good at hiding the vegetables. If you had children or as a child didn't want to eat your vegetables but had a mother who was somehow good at hiding them in there or somehow getting you to eat them, I'm one of those. You won't even know. And then just suddenly your art will improve. You'll be driving that train, and it's because you'll be doing more art, but we just make it so fun that you're on a journey, and upskilling is always good. And I've got all sorts of amazing things to share with you. Okay, my friends, well, I think you should go and do more art. And here's my notes for the workshop. I can't just do normal notes. No, they have to be crazy notes. And this is all LayerCake here. So yes, we're going to have a lot of fun. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? But yes, first of all, we're doing this. So that's what I wanted to show you today. Just have some fun, have a chit chat as we'd always do. And yeah, because go and do art. Go and do some drawing. Go and draw something cute. Okay, my friends. Well, thank you for joining me. And Kerry, you're so funny. Oh, zucchini bread. Oh, I don't mind zucchini. Oh, see, as an adult, I quite like vegetables. I think vegetables got better over time. Okay, my friends. Well, good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are. Try and squeeze in a little bit of art, or dream of it, or do it in the morning when you wake up. And I shall see you in the future. Oh, and then to zoom out, I have to go over like this. Okay.